Okay, so you're not necessarily going to see me on this video, but I'm talking about math lesson 2-7, and it's using expressions to describe patterns. You can pause the video, so that's what you'll be doing during this. What I want you to do is go back into your book, go to pages 48 and 49, and really look at across the top pages where they go through all the examples. And they tell you about an input-output table. I really want you to study that and see if you can figure out what they're talking about. So go pause the video and go and do that, and then come back. Okay, now that you're back, what they're talking about basically is you have an input and you have an output. And what you're really trying to do is figure out how do you get from the input to the output. Okay, if the input is smaller and the output is larger, there's only two possibilities. You're either adding or you're multiplying. Sometimes there's a two-step, but we'll get to that later. Okay, so we can look at this input and this output, and we can look at 2 and 6. So we're going to think to ourselves, how do I go from 2 to 6 using math? Well, one way is I could multiply. I could say 2 times 3 equals 6. That works. But does that work for the next one? Is 3 times 2 7? No. So they must be adding. How do I go from 2 to 6 by adding? Letting you think. Okay. Yes, you add 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Let's see if that works for the next one. 3 plus 4 is 7. So if I add 4 here, 5 plus 4 is 9. Yep. So if I keep going, I know every time I'm adding 4 to the input. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So now I have 7. 7 plus 4 is, and I'll let you figure that out, 7 plus 4 is 11. So now we know how they go from the input to the output. They add 4. So basically this one is add 4. So if we were going to call the input X, what do we do to get the output? We add 4. So no matter what X is, no matter what the input is, you know you're going to add 4. So if I told you that X, or the input, was 10, what would the output be? You would do 10 plus 4 and get 14. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing. So when you go back into your math book, you're going to look at the inputs and the outputs. You're going to figure out how you get from one to the other one. So for today, I'm going to have you do page, and I'll have this written down in the email also, but I'm going to have you do pages 48 and 49. I'm going to have you do number 1, 2, 3, and 5. 1, 2, 3, and 5. You can skip 4. 1, 2, 3, and 5. Then you're going to try 6, 7, 8, and 9, and we'll stop there. So basically you're doing 1 through 9, just skipping 4. Use paper. I put paper in the folder. Use paper and write it all down. If it tells you to copy, then copy it down. When it's asking you for the algebraic expression, this is what they're asking you for. Figure out how you go from the input to the output, and then you write it down. It's either, sometimes they give you a letter. Sometimes you get to pick your own letter. I like to use X. You can use A. You can use whatever letter you want. But however you go from the input to the output, then you would do X plus 4, or X divided by 3, or X times 5, whatever it is. That's what they're looking for the algebraic expression. All right, so go ahead and try. Just for today, you're going to try 1 through 9, skipping number 4. And then be sure to email me if you have any questions. All right, we'll talk to you later.